Hello, my dear viewers. Today we are venturing into a topic that impacts countless individuals across the globe. We're set to explore the 6 telltale signs of burnout, a subject often misconstrued. Our insightful discussion is influenced by research, expert insights, and real-world experiences. We will break down each sign, making it easier for you to identify and combat burnout at its inception. So let's set off on this educational journey together. Stay with us as we delve into each sign one by one, deciphering whether you're experiencing burnout or just plain laziness. Before diving into the signs, it's essential to understand what burnout is. Burnout is not a choice, it's a state of chronic physical and emotional exhaustion. It's not about preferring leisure, but being drained of the energy to engage, to have interest, or to feel passionate about anything. It's a serious issue, and it goes beyond just being tired. Burnout can lead to severe mental and physical health problems if not addressed promptly. It's a reaction to prolonged stress, often related to work, but it can affect any area of life where you feel chronic pressure and stress. The aftermath of burnout can be significant, including decreased productivity, damaged relationships, and even an increased risk of heart disease. It's not something to take lightly or brush off as just needing a vacation. It's a glaring warning that something in your life needs to change, and fast. Now that we understand what burnout is, let's move on to the signs of burnout. Sign 1. Feeling disconnected. Have you ever been in a room full of people, yet felt entirely alone? Or found yourself going through the motions of a task that once brought excitement but now just feels hollow? This is the of disconnection, an invisible wall separating you from the world and making it hard to connect. It isn't just a minor inconvenience, rather, it's a significant impact on your daily life. You might struggle to focus, find little joy in activities you used to love, or feel detached from your work or hobbies. Think of it as living in a world of color while everyone else is basking in vibrant hues. Take this scenario, for instance. You're an artist, but lately your once vibrant seems dull and your brush strokes lack their usual passion. It's painting without feeling, without connection. Recognizing this persistent feeling of disconnection is crucial. It's more than just a fleeting mood, it's a constant dulling presence seeping into every aspect of your life, turning it lackluster. It's your mind and body's way of raising a red flag. It's crucial to not dismiss this feeling as merely being out of sorts. It is a key sign of being on the road to burnout. Recognize it early, and it could spare you a tremendous amount of distress down the line. So remember, if you're feeling disconnected, consider it as a potential sign of burnout. Sign 2. Lack of motivation and passion. This isn't a simple reluctance to face the day. It's a more deep-rooted, all-encompassing issue. It slowly permeates facet of your existence, dulling your desire for activities that formerly offered joy and satisfaction. An artist once finding peace in his brushstrokes now views his canvas as an intimidating chore. Similarly, a cook who previously delighted in the harmony of flavors now perceives cooking as a repetitive task. This deficiency in motivation and passion isn't to personal hobbies. It seeps into your work realm as well. Challenges that you previously tackled with ease now appear like immense hurdles. Deadlines breed fear, meetings feel like a never-ending race, and your once flourishing career feels like a stagnant job. However, it's crucial to understand this isn't a personal shortcoming. It's a symptom of burnout, a reaction to chronic stress and immense expectations. Identifying it is the initial move towards recovery, hence ponder for a moment. Has your enthusiasm for life dwindled? Are you struggling to enjoy the things you once savored? Are merely passing time at work, feeling disconnected and apathetic? If you're lacking motivation and passion, it could indicate burnout. Moving on to our 3rd sign of burnout, which is a loss of passion. Passion is the fuel that drives us. It's the spark that ignites our interests and lights up our life. When burnout strikes, this flame begins to flicker and may even extinguish completely. You might find yourself losing interest in activities that once brought joy and fulfillment. Your favorite book series is no longer captivating. The sport you love doesn't excite you anymore. Even your cherished social interactions seem to lose their charm. This loss isn't limited to personal interests. It can extend to your professional life too. Tasks that once stimulated you, projects you were eager to take on, now feel like a burden. It's like the color has drained from your world, leaving everything in shades of gray. It's important to recognize this loss of passion as a sign of burnout. It's not a reflection of your capabilities or worth, but rather a signal that you're under too much stress. So ask yourself, are the things that once made your heart beat faster now leaving you cold? If you're lacking passion, it could be a sign of burnout. Moving forward, the fourth sign of burnout is becoming moody and irritable. Burnout doesn't just drain your passion, it also takes a toll on your emotional health. You might find yourself snapping at loved ones, getting frustrated over minor inconveniences, or feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster. You could be laughing one moment, then feeling like you're about to cry the next. These mood swings and irritability can damage your personal relationships and even hinder your professional life. It's like a storm cloud that follows you around, casting a shadow over your interactions. It's important to recognize these mood changes as a sign of burnout. It's not just about having a bad day or being in a bad mood, it's a symptom of the stress you're carrying around. So ask yourself, are you finding it hard to control your emotions? Are you feeling more irritable than usual? If you're becoming moody and irritable, it could be a sign of burnout. As we continue our journey into understanding burnout, the fifth sign we'll be discussing is neglecting self-care. When you're burning out, it's common to let your physical health fall by the wayside. You might find yourself skipping meals, overindulging in unhealthy food, neglecting exercise, or even ignoring medical advice. It's like your body is no longer a priority as you're too consumed by the stress and the demands of your life. But your health is not a luxury you can afford to neglect. It's a necessity. Your body is your vessel, and if it's not functioning properly, everything else in your life will be affected. It's important to recognize these symptoms and address the neglect. Are you eating balanced meals? Are you sleeping enough? Are you taking time for physical activity? If not, it's time to start prioritizing these things. In conclusion, if you've neglected your self-care, it could be a sign of burnout. It's not just about being busy or having a lot on your plate. It's a symptom of the deep-rooted stress that's eating away at your well-being. So ask yourself, are you taking care of your body, or have you been neglecting your self-care? Remember, your health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And moving on to the sixth sign of burnout, it's important to note that these changes have likely happened gradually. It's not as if you woke up one morning completely disconnected, lacking motivation, feeling irritable and neglecting self-care. No, these signs of burnout have slowly crept up on you over time. You might have started feeling a little more tired than usual, or you might have noticed that you're not as excited about your work as you once were. Maybe you've been snapping at your loved ones more often, or you've been skipping your workouts, or choosing fast food over a balanced meal. These changes didn't happen overnight. They were subtle, almost imperceptible at first. And that's what makes burnout so insidious. It's easy to dismiss these symptoms as just having a bad day or being under a bit more stress than usual. But when these bad days become the norm, that's when you need to take a step back and assess your situation. Are you just having a rough patch? Or are these changes indicative of a deeper issue? If these changes happen gradually and have become your new normal, it's likely you're experiencing burnout. It's time to acknowledge this and take steps towards healing. As we draw towards the end of this video, it's important to underscore the necessity of addressing burnout early. If you've noticed that these signs we've discussed are becoming your new normal, it's time to take action. Early intervention can prevent these feelings from escalating into more severe mental health issues. Remember, it's okay to take a step back and prioritize your health. This might mean setting boundaries, saying no when needed, seeking professional help, or simply taking time to rest and recharge. You may feel guilty or selfish for putting your needs first, but remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. In the end, the most productive, fulfilled, and successful people are those who understand the importance of balance and self-care. They know when to push and when to rest. They understand that their value isn't determined by how much they do, but rather by who they are. So, as we conclude, we encourage you to take a moment to reflect on your own experiences and to take the necessary steps to ensure your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Remember, it's not just about surviving, but thriving. Stay tuned for our next video where we will delve into practical strategies to combat burnout and rejuvenate your passion and motivation.